Well, President Trump has made it clear he's putting his elections overhaul bill above everything else on Capitol Hill right now.
We want to keep America great, and we will do so by approving the Save America Act, which means all voters must show voter ID. You won't have cheating on the elections anymore. It's very simple.
Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's got a plan to save the SAVE Act again after sending Congress home early for the July 4th recess.
I just decided it was best to send everybody home to go celebrate July 4th in their districts. We'll come back, gather everybody together. The big urgency is to get Save America passed. The president has that as a top priority, and so do I. We passed it 3 times in the House. We're going to try one more time on a budget reconciliation bill, and I think that will be the way to get it through the Senate and finally to the president's desk.
Joining me now to discuss, Democratic Congressman Greg Landsman of Ohio. Congressman, nice to have you with us this morning. So the House, of course, is out until next week. Then you have 8 legislative days until another 5-week recess. What are the chances that the Speaker is going to be able to cobble together enough Republicans to get another reconciliation bill through?
It doesn't look great. I mean, you know, they are now fighting with each other. He has a hard time getting anything onto the floor. I mean, the Congress has been shut down essentially many times this session. So I think it's low. But, you know, if Trump wants this bill, which has nothing to do with health care or schools or utility bills or what Americans are dealing with every day, just voter suppression, he'll probably get it, though it's not going to pass the Senate. They don't have the votes.
What are your conversations behind the scenes? I'm not asking for names, but I'm always curious. What are the conversations with your colleagues across the aisle about this concerted effort by the president, which the Speaker has of course, picked up and is running with, to focus solely on this bill?
Yeah, they don't like it. I mean, they all have priorities that they're working on. A lot of it has to do with their districts, things that they care about. This is not top of mind for any of their constituents. No one is focused on this. They're focused on housing. For example, we got this bipartisan housing bill done to, accelerate the production, the building of new housing to bring the cost of housing down. And then he, canceled the signing ceremony, said he wasn't going to sign the housing bill. That was boring, that it was a big yawn because the only thing that matters is this voter suppression bill. It's just not where they are. They don't actually like this president. And in large part, it's because Trump doesn't really like them.
Bold statement. Well, I'd be interested to hear their take on that. When we look at where things stand, there is also that we heard from Speaker Johnson say that he's working on a legislative fix when it comes to the ruling from the Supreme Court over birthright citizenship. What do you see as a possible legislative fix that the Speaker could come up with?
Who knows? I mean, the couple things. One is, why is he not focused on the American people? The American people are struggling. And millions have already lost their health care. And, it's become unaffordable for tens of millions of Americans. Why not try to get a legislative fix on health care, on utility costs, on food costs, on all kinds of issues that Americans are struggling with? This is not an issue that they're struggling with. People have opinions about birthright, but it's not something that impacts their lives every day. So I don't know why he's not working on the things that matter most to most Americans. And then, the idea that they're going to, create some legislation. They don't do any legislation. They've passed the one big spending bill, which spent, $4.5 trillion, mostly on tax cuts for the super wealthy, cut healthcare by $1 trillion. They passed the second bill to add another $70 billion to ICE, bringing the total for ICE to $240 billion. That's $250 billion. That's it. So the idea that they're convening experts or, looking at it from all different angles, I think he said yesterday is laughable. They don't really do policy.
There is, of course, a big focus on November at this point as things are picking up speed heading into the midterms. We have seen a rise in further left Democratic candidates. We saw a Democratic Socialist winning here in New York City, also last week in Colorado. President Trump really seems to be leaning into that, also looking to label some Democratic Socialists as communists, which is something he brought up during his speech on July 4th.
Warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America. We like to stop a threat like that immediately and before it begins. It's like a cancer. You got to cut it out. You got to cut it out fast.
This seems to be something that we're going to hear more and more from the president, from Republicans as well. Democrats want to be a big tent party, as I know. Sometimes a united message seems to be challenging for your party. Is there a plan for that messaging from the president?
You know, he's such a divisive figure. I mean, you know, that's an understatement, but it's sad because on, you know, a July 4th weekend where most of us spent the weekend out in our communities, you know, I did several parades and spent a ton of time with constituents. And I was just really appreciative of how excited people were to be together. These are Democrats and Republicans and independents. People don't care anything about politics, and they're Americans. And it's just such a great weekend. And to spend that weekend, you know, talking about, you know, how divided we are and this threat, you know, that we present to one another, as opposed to lifting us up, which I think the American people desperately want, is a leader that's going to bring us together and lift us up. And hopefully that's next, and that we'll have a nominee that does that, that is that kind of, you know, person that wants to bring us back together.
Who is the leader of the Democratic Party in your mind right now?
I mean, you know, Hakeem is at the top of the list, Hakeem Jeffries. But you know, when you don't have the White House, you're a little rudderless, right? And that happens all the time. What you're going to see after the midterms is, my hope, you know, a great debate among dozens of potential candidates. And these are people who want to be the president of the United States, running in the Democratic primary. And my hope is that the debate is about the future of the country and where we're going to go. And we haven't had a big debate like that in a long time. And whoever emerges will be the nominee and the leader, and hopefully the next president of the United States.
Congressman Greg Landsman, I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.